Hello everyone, today's video I'm trying a talk through video just for something different. So last night I was browsing Instagram because I couldn't sleep, as you do, and I saw this video which I'll put on screen from Wally's Nails, and she was doing these, I guess I'd say they were like rose quartz nails, and I thought they looked really cool and I wanted to give them a go and see how they turn out with just my products that I use. Why can I not get this nail off? Okay, we'll come back to that one. So she used plastic wrap, saran wrap, I don't know what you call it in different parts of the world. I do not call it saran wrap. Cling film, glad wrap, many different names. Plastic wrap, the thing that you wrap your food in to stay fresh. So we're going to try that and see how it turns out. So I have quite a high apex, so I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to do these on natural nails, because they do look like they take up a lot of space. But we can talk about that more in a minute. My god, these are not peeling nicely. Why are these not peeling nicely? This is not satisfying to watch at all. I think I'll just skip through this and we can get on to the actual point of this tutorial. So sorry for the lack of satisfaction. Skip ahead to the time on screen if you just want to get into the tutorial. I have only had these nails on for like 5 days, if even that. So these are the nails from my collaboration with MVP Nail Designs, GG. If you haven't checked out those nails, I'll link my video and her video in the iCard and the description box, of course. Oh yeah, okay, this one's gonna come off easy. Woo! It's kind of cool because they're kind of like still see-through. I feel like that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's get these nails off. Man, this thumb one. Did I not put enough base coat on? I'm just using the peel off base coat underneath the design that I did so that I can, well, it's supposed to be so that I can easily just pop it off and do a new design. But you can see it's not quite so easily today. Don't know why. Do not know why. It's coming off, just not as nicely as it normally does. Yay! God. I thought that was off. Why does it come back on? Oh my god. Okay, yep, alright, we're good. There's still a little bit on there on the edges. I'm going to clean that up and I will come back. Okay, so I've applied my peel off base coat and we're ready to start. So I believe she just started with a white polish. I think hers might have been builder gels, but I don't have any builder gels, especially not coloured ones. So I'm just going to start with a white gel polish and paint that over the whole nail. It didn't look as though she went super thick with it or super opaque with it or even super accurate with it. I think I'm going to leave a larger gap around the edges than I normally would so that when I put the plastic wrap on top it doesn't smush it all into my cuticles, because I hope that when I add the pink on top it will kind of cover up any edges that are not perfect. I don't know, maybe, hopefully. I don't actually know if that's thick enough. Fingers crossed. I've got my piece of plastic wrap and I'm going to put that onto the nail. Mine's very smooth. I don't want it to be too smooth. Oh no, see, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. I don't want it to flood the cuticle. So she took like a tool and smushed the wrap into different positions. I don't know if her wrap was thinner than mine, but mine doesn't want to like gather up. I hope this is working. I'm gonna peel that back and just clean up what has touched my cuticle because I do not want that to cure in place. It doesn't need to be a pretty cuticle, but I don't want it to be a cuticle with gel polish on it. Okay, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure if this is working, but I think we're gonna go ahead. Oh god, I've done it again. I'm gonna clean up this cuticle before I put it in the light, but I think I'm happy with that positioning. So we'll go ahead and cure that in the light. So that has cured, and unfortunately I think I did get it in my cuticle even though I didn't want to. So that's a thing. It doesn't really look very good right now, but let's hope that it turns out alright. I'm just going to take some cuticle nippers and clip off the gel that I'm definitely not going to be in need of because it is actually not even on my nail. Oops, sorry. So we'll clip that off. And now there's some super high parts as well on the nail. So I'm going to clip those as well. Just because if I don't, they're just going to be more filing for me later on. Okay, now this here, where it's attached to the cuticle, I think I'm just going to leave it for now. And when I file it, I'm going to have to... Maybe I can get in there with my nippers. I don't think I can. We're going to have to get in there with our file later on anyway to buff the nail smooth. So I think when I do that, hopefully I can clean up the cuticle a little bit. If not, oh well, this is just a, this is a test to see how it goes. Now they definitely were using a builder gel in their next step, but again, I don't have any coloured builder gels. If you want to point some out to me and I can grab some for my next attempt at this, just leave them in the description. Not the description, you can't leave it in the description. Leave any suggestions for good builder gels in the comments. But I'm just going to take this like sheer pinky nude polish and I'm going to put this onto the nail. Now because I'm using gel polish and not builder gel, I don't want to do super thick layers, although this is a clear jelly nude. With gel polish, especially if it is not a pure gel, it can bubble up in the lamp if you add it on too thick. I don't think that this one will have any problem curing because it is so sheer, but rather than doing one very thick layer like she did in the video because she was using builder gel, which you can apply thicker, I'm just going to do, I think, a couple of more on the... This is still a thick layer of gel polish, but compared to what she did in the video, this is quite a thin layer. So I'm going to go ahead and cure that, and then I'm going to come and do another layer. So after that layer cured, I'm going to go in and do another layer of pink. I'm not sure if perhaps I should have used a slightly more opaque pink. I don't know. These are things we need to find out. It is looking cool, although I'm not sure about the tone of this pink. So what I might do is finish off this one and then we'll try out some different coloured pinks on the other nails. I think this is looking kind of cool. Yeah? No? Just me? You probably can't really see it. How do you think that's looking? I think we might even need a third layer. Alright, I'm going to pop that into the light. Yeah, that's looking more rose quartz-like, but I can still see the white a little bit more than I would like to. So I am going to do another layer and try and cover that up. I think that's more down to the colour of the gel polish that I'm using rather than anything else, but who knows. I might absolutely love this when I file it. I am trying to keep an eye on the shape, but I know that I'm going to file this anyway to make it smooth. I think doing a talk through video you kind of get more insight into my thoughts or my thought process while I'm doing the nails rather than a voiceover, which is a little bit more to the point, although my voiceovers tend to be quite rambly anyway. Alright, so that has cured. Let's remove the tacky layer and then get a little file. Oh god, do not breathe in while you spray the isopropyl alcohol. Oh my goodness, that was not a good. Whew. Let's give it a buff. Not a buff, a file. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on camera because I am terrible at keeping in frame whilst I file. I'm also trying not to brutalize my cuticles while I get this bit of gel that has gone into my cuticle. I knew it was going to happen. I said it was going to happen, didn't I? But that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go off camera and finish filing this nail. Alrighty, so dust that off and see how it looks. I think it needs a little buff. And again, clean it off with some isopropyl. Now, it's looking quite cool. I do like it, but it's not exactly like the video. And you can also see I still haven't quite got it all out from my cuticle. So I might go off camera and work on that a little bit more. Give me a second. I kind of wish I had more pink down the sides here, but I guess that's just my application. Like I said, this is an experiment to see how it goes. But I did have plans, so I'm going to take a little bit of clear top coat, just a little bit, right. And then I've got this chrome, gold chrome from Born Pretty. I think it's just a straight gold. I don't think it's got a reflect or anything. Ooh. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of that into there. I'm going to take my dotting tool, focus on the glitter. Mix that up. Let me just turn this light off, maybe you can see it better. Oh, there's me. You don't want to see me. Yeah, so I just basically made myself a little glitter polish. I don't have a gold this color, so that's why I've done that. You could use a gold polish if you've got one. I'm just going to take a detail brush and I'm going to roughly outline the outside edges of the nail. I'm sure you've seen those, like, what do they call them? I've seen lots of nail artists with the palettes that are like quartz in the center and then have an edge of gold. And they're quite like roughly edged in gold. It's not like a super neat line. This is also going to cover up my cuticle mistake a little bit, I think. I hope. So one thing about having quite a generous, tight, a tight C curve, you can't see the sides when you look straight down on my nail. But I don't want to make it super thick on the sides, because then it just looks weird from the side. Oh well, that'll do. Like I said, this is an experiment. We're going to do different colours on every nail, so it's going to look odd anyway. Alright, I like it. I think I like it. Oh god, I'm indecisive, aren't I? Okay, let's just cure it. I'm just putting on a no wipe top coat. Yeah, I think I need a more opaque pink. Let's try. Okay, that's the first attempt finished. It didn't actually end up being too thick, which I was worried about, because I thought having the lumpy white might make it super thick. But I will say, I don't know if I like this. I do, but it's not what I wanted it to look like. I get the idea, but I think my pink was too sheer. So, luckily I have 4 more fingers. We're going to try a different colour and see how we like that. I might just do one more nail on camera and then the other ones I'll do off camera and we'll see how that goes. So again, putting on my white, trying to not get too close to the cuticle. And I think a thin layer is perfectly fine. Possibly even did it too thick last time. It's hard because I don't want like a stark line of white, but I don't want to get too close to the cuticle. I've also this time, I screwed up my cling wrap, my plastic wrap before, and then I've unscrewed it. And I've kind of made it a bit smaller than the last one. And I'm going to put this, whoop, so the edge of it is on my cuticle, and then hopefully that will help me. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to take my, what's it called? What is it called? It's a silicone tool, and I'm squashing the, what is it called? Cling wrap, yeah, on to the nail. I think that looks pretty good. I'm just kind of worried I don't have enough like little veins. And also I think I'm getting on the cuticle again there. Okay, so I'm going to clean up the cuticle and then I'm going to cure in the light. It's actually surprisingly easy to take off the, The surprisingly easy to take off the plastic wrap. And don't know if you can see, but there is a little bit of gel hanging off the tip of my nail. So I'm going to trim that off before, ooh, I'm trying to trim my whole nail here. Just anything that is clearly not needed in the finished project. Probably going to speed through these next few steps because it's exactly the same as the other nail. This nail is not as raised, like the white is not as raised off the nail as it was on the other one. I'm thinking I shouldn't need as many coats of the pink. This pink I'm going to go in with is a more cool toned pink than the other one, but it is also a lot more opaque. I kind of feel like I want a pink that is a little bit in between these two. So off camera I may end up trying a few more pinks on the other nails and we'll see what I feel is a good pink for doing these kind of nails. Yeah, I'm already thinking this is too baby pink. We'll cure it and then I'm going to come back and do another coat. Another layer of this pink. I'm trying to get into all of the crevices. Now if I do add too much of the pink, when I file it's going to kind of remove the pink a little bit and show more of the white coming through, especially on the areas where the white is sitting a bit higher up. So that's kind of looking kind of not so nice. But let's cure it, remove the tacky layer and give it a file. Wipey wipey and filey filey. Clean it off again. You can kind of see a lot of the white came through a bit more when I filed it, so that's cool. I'm just going to do a quick outline with the gold again, just to keep in theme. Very difficult to get a good cuticle line, but I'm sure with practice you get better at that, because hers didn't look too bad on the video. I feel like this pink did have a bit of trouble curing, so I may have put it on a bit too thick in some areas. That'll do. That'll do, that'll do. It's not about the gold, it's about the middle part. And of course, top that, I'm going to kind of float over because there is a little bit of a thin patchy layer on this side that I need to fill in. Let's just ignore that part that's like flooded my cuticle. You know what? This one's growing on me too. It's still not perfect. Not perfect at all. And I think I might need to spend more time on where I position the cling wrap. You can kind of see there's like a more circular line where it's come up completely. So far I don't hate either of them, but I also don't love either of them. You can kind of see where the wrap didn't stay completely stuck down to the nail. You get quite a rounded edge, and I want more of the wrinkly edges. Like you can even see it on this one here. Across the center, hope you can see, there's like a little curved line. It's still quite cool. But I think my main issue is the color that I'm using, not the white. The white is working fine. I just needed to try some more pinks. So I've got 3 more pinks to try and I'm just going to zoom through those. I'm also going to reuse the plastic wrap that I used on the last nail. I tried making the cling wrap thinner to the nail. I'm not sure if it helped or not. Maybe not. I think I got less in my cuticle that time. I'm not sold on this technique just because of how hard it is to keep it off the cuticle. We don't want no overexposure in this house. Why did I say that? Who am I? I'm gonna go through with my 3 pink. This one, I believe, has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, which I think is quite cool for a rose quartz. Ooh, this is too peachy. It is so hard to get a nice edge because the nail is so bumpy. Now, I believe this color is very similar to the color that I used on my index finger, but it doesn't have any shimmer in it. I am going to file and buff these off camera and then I will be back. What do we think? I think they're looking quite cool. I like this one the best. I think it had the best cuticle, and also the veining is a bit more subtle. Like on this one, my peaks were very high, so the veining, the white is showing through quite a lot. I might actually on this one do a thin layer of pink before I put on my gold outline. The other two I really do quite like. You can't see it very well, but this is a peach color. I don't know why it's coming off so pale on camera, or at least it is on my screen. I don't know, we'll see in editing if I can get the colors more true to color. I think as I'm practicing more, I'm enjoying not enjoying, that's the wrong word. I'm getting the hang of it more. I'm thinking it's more of it is a viable option, but definitely need more practice. Okay, let's do super quick. Outline all of these nails with the gold. I do like doing this because it definitely cleans up those cuticles. Let's just finish with top coat on those three, and then we'll go over my final thoughts. Okie dokie. What do you think of these? Which colour is your favourite? I'm kind of leaning towards either the ring finger or the pinky. Well, I do quite like the subtlety of the pinky finger. Like I said, it's actually a peach colour, although on camera it's coming off just like a nude. I definitely think this one, the white came through too strong. And this one, I think the colour's just off. Maybe if I had, I don't know, and then also you can see the white, like you can see everything through that one. You can see all of the details of the white through that. So I think this one might be my least favourite. Ooh, hair. Get the hair. Yeah, so you definitely need to be careful around the cuticles, because my cuticles are looking a bit dry and beating up right now because I had to file the gel out of my cuticles. But I do think that if you practiced, this could be a good way to do rose quartz. Having said that, I haven't really attempted rose quartz nails any other way. So maybe just doing the traditional marbling technique is easier. I did think that this would add a lot of thickness to the nails, but apart from my index finger, I don't think it really has. They all seem to be quite okay, and my index finger tends to be the one that has the higher apex anyway, and I didn't quite file this side enough. But you can see if I did keep filing this side, then we would have seen even more white. I do definitely like the gold outline around it. I think that really does make them look like those tiles. I'll put a picture of them on screen because I can't think what they're called. But yeah, so those are the finished nails. I will leave some pictures at the end as well so you can see them in stills, and I might be able to get the colour showing up a bit better in a still photo. So I guess that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment below, let me know which colour you liked best, and if you've tried this technique, have you got any tips for me so I can do better next time? Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!